السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم طلاب الأعزاء على منصة البث المباشر لمحافظة الإسكندرية مرة أخرى. Our live broadcast platform Learn with us from Alexandria Governorate. إن شاء الله معاكم دكتور إبراهيم حمدي. هنكمل مع بعض منهجنا الترم الثاني في مادة اللغة الإنجليزية، وإن شاء الله نحاول نفيدكم الترم ده بشكل أفضل وبشكل أكثر توسع من الترم اللي فات، ويا ريت كل الناس اللي معانا تستفاد بأقصى أو لأقصى درجة ممكنة. إن شاء الله in this term we are starting with Unit 7 Our World. زي ما تعودنا in the last term أو in the first term إن احنا before we start بنحب دايما to talk about our objectives, our aims، ولكل session بناخدها مع بعض أو بنحضرها مع بعض. In this session اللي هي خاصة بunit 7 Our World, we will cover some important points. Number one, we will identify and use some new vocabulary about our world and its natural habitats. You are going to notice in this term is more related to our environment and the problems that the earth is facing these days. وبرضو it directs our attention to the possible solutions اللي احنا we should follow to face these environmental problems. برضو number two, we will cover how we will listen to a text and match between animals and its natural habitats. I think this is the first time for us to tackle a listening text this in our course. Number three, we are going to read a text and answer questions about natural wonders in Egypt. By the way, wonders means something wonderful, a place of attraction. Number four, برضو we are going to answer multiple choice questions on new vocabulary. وفي language part اللي هو we will practice the passive forms for the present simple and past simple tenses. وإن شاء الله in the end we are going to prepare for writing a paragraph about a natural wonder you like in Egypt. It's like a review, a paragraph. يبقى in this session في عندنا 6 important points that we are going to cover. أول حاجة زي ما قلنا اللي هو identifying and using some new vocabulary about our world and its natural habitats. Where the word habitats means the place where animals or humans or plants live. زي ما قلنا we will listen to a text and match between animals and its natural habitats. وكمان في reading part and answering comprehension questions. وفي كمان multiple choice questions on the vocabulary that we will be covering. و language part about the passive forms for the present and past simple tenses. We will finalize our session with a preparation for writing a paragraph about a natural wonder in Egypt. طيب. Uh, First, this, by the way, this page is taken from our student book. It's the first page in Unit 7. This is a quiz, and it needs you to match between the habitats and with the animals. عندنا هنا زي ما احنا شايفين كده at the top of the page we have 5 habitats اللي هي الكوستال habitat. واجين the word habitat زي ما قلت لكم اللي هو the place where an animal, where a certain kind of plant lives. عندنا أول حاجة the coastal habitat. Coastal means that is near a coast, near the sea. عندنا كمان the grassland habitat وعندنا ال polar habitat. Polar refers to the north and the south poles where there is a lot of ice. وعندنا كمان the rainforest habitat اللي هو the forests where there is a lot of rain. وwetland habitat. Wetland اللي هي the places where there is water, a place that is often wet. يبقى we are going to match between these habitats, 5 habitats اللي احنا we see at the top of the page: coastal, grassland, polar, rainforest, wetland. Well, 5 animals اللي احنا we are going to match the habitats with. Number 1, orangutan. This is a kind of animal that يعني is endangered, and we don't often see these days, where it looks like the chimpanzee or it looks like the monkey, and it is often asleep. The second picture, we can see in the second picture we can see a turtle, a sea turtle, and there is a difference between turtles and tortoises. Turtles live in the sea and can live on land. Number 3, we have a picture of 2 polar bears. And number 4, we have a picture of a caracal. And the caracals are kinds of cats. They're big cats. Number 5 is a frog. We are going to match between the 5 habitats and the 5 animals. Listen carefully and then try to match between the habitats and the animals. Okay? Just listen carefully. Sorry again. We are going to listen again to the text and check our answers. Okay, and now we can check our answers. As we have listened, number one, the orangutan is lives in the rainforest because it lives on trees. The sea turtle is a coastal uh, animal. It often lives in near the sea. The polar bears live in polar habitats because they can't live without ice. Four, the caracal is one of the grassland animals. And the last animal, the frog, is a wetland animal. Okay, this is for the listening part. And we now move to the next part, which is right. This is a reading text. Again, Bardo, we are going to talk about natural wonders of Egypt. As I told you, the word wonder means a place that attracts people attention, a place of wonder. Okay, I'd like to show you the lead page. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Uh, this is a reading. We now move to the reading part. We are going to read about some places of attraction, some places of wonder in Egypt. The title of the text is Natural Wonders of Egypt. After we read the text together, we're going to answer the first three questions. Loma, number one, what caused the strange shapes of the rocks in the White Desert National Park? Number two, what do people think fell into a Nizak lake? Number three, why isn't Jabal Elba visited by more tourists? Inshallah, we are going to read the text and answer these three questions. So try to focus on the information that we need to find so that we can answer the three questions. Again, the three questions. What caused the strange shapes of the rocks in the White Desert National Park? Number two, what do people think fell into a Nizak lake? Number three, why isn't Jabal Elba visited by more tourists? طيب, listen and read. اسمع نقرا مع بعض كده. Egypt is visited by more than 14 million tourists every year. We have made a list of the natural wonders of Egypt that we think visitors should know about. The first place, the White Desert National Park. This huge desert starts on the western side of the River Nile and continues into Libya. It contains 5 oases, rocks that the wind has made into strange shapes. The colors change at different times of day and make them beautiful to look at. Okay? The second wonder, Anizak Lake. This natural lake is a 3-hour drive from Hurghada. The lake is called the Shooting Star by locals because it is believed that a piece of a star, a meteorite, fell into it. The lake is cut out of the rock in the shape of an eye and is filled with the bright blue water of the sea. It is described by the visitors as one of the best places to dive and swim. The third wonder, Jebel Elba. This national park is surrounded by grassland between the Red Sea coast and the mountains. This national park takes its name from the mountain in the middle of it. It is unusually green and home to many animals and birds. However, as it isn't easy to reach, it isn't visited often. Its location should help to protect the wildlife there. Again, كده 3 places أو 3 natural wonders that the writer has chosen for us. The White Desert National Park, Nizak Lake, Jebel Elba. I'm going to read it for you again and wait for your answers. Egypt is visited by more than 14 million tourists every year. We have made a list of the natural wonders of Egypt that we think visitors should know about. The White Desert National Park. This huge desert starts on the western side of the River Nile and continues into Libya. It contains 5 oases with rocks that the wind has made into strange shapes. The colors change at different times of day and make them beautiful to look at. Second place, Al Nizak Lake. This natural lake is a 3-hour drive from Hurghada. The lake is called the Shooting Star by locals because it is believed that a piece of a star, a meteorite, fell into it. The lake is cut out of the rock in the shape of an eye and is filled with the bright blue water of the Red Sea. It is described by the visitors as one of the best places to dive and swim. The third place, Jebel Elba. This national park is surrounded by grassland and between the Red Sea coast and the mountains. This national park takes its name from the mountain in the middle of it. It is unusually green and home to many animals and birds. However, as it isn't easy to reach, it isn't visited often. Its location should help to protect the wildlife there. Okay? عشان كده يعني we have got a very good idea of the 3 places, 3 natural wonders. Uh, by the way, يعني Egypt is full of natural wonders. يعني I advise you all to go on trips and have a look at the natural wonders of Egypt. لأن فعلا they are worth your visiting. Uh, and I think but with this text يعني and I'm talking to you as I'll give you time to think of answers for the three questions. يعني I think in text ده يعني يعتبر is a very good review that can help tourists. It can be a good model to attract tourists to visit these places in Egypt. Type. Let's look at the answers to the three questions. I think you have got enough time to find answers. So I think كمان the answers are not that difficult يعني. Okay. Question number one اللي كان بيقول لي what caused the strange shapes of the rocks in the White Desert National Park. Our answer was clear. Lower the wind. It changed the shapes of uh, White Desert National Park. Number two, what do people think fell into in Isaac Lake? The answer Purdue was clear in the text. It is believed that a piece of a star, اللي هو meteorite, نيزك يعني, fell into it. Number three, why isn't Jebel Elba visited by more tourists? طبعا موجودة برضو in the text as it isn't easy to reach. It isn't visited often. Right. Let's move on to have a closer look at the vocab we have met so far in our listening and in our reading texts. يعني try to listen and repeat the words where try to understand the definitions. Uh, Number one, habitat. Okay, habitat. A habitat is the natural home of a plant or an animal. يعني أظن إن أنا يعني وضحتها لكم في listening text uh, in a full way. Number two, wonder. Wonder. A wonder is something that makes you feel surprise and admiration, like attraction. Number three, area. Area. An area is a particular part of a country or town. We live in the east area, in the north area of Alexandria. Natural. Number four, natural. Natural means existing in nature and not made by people. Natural wonder is full of nature. Five, polar. Okay, polar. It means relating to the North Pole or the South Pole. Number six, oasis. Okay, oasis. An oasis is a place with water and trees in a desert. And we have many oases in Egypt, like Siwa Oasis, Dakhla Oasis, Kharga Oasis. كل دي are names of oases in Egypt. But I would like to draw your attention in the plural form of the word oasis is by converting the I into E. يعني instead of saying oasis, I say oases. Okay. The next word is a meteorite. Okay, again, a meteorite. It's like a shooting star, like a shooting star. But shooting stars do not reach the Earth. لكن الميتيورايتس يعني they are dangerous because when they fall on Earth, they destroy the place they uh, fall on. الميتيورايت اللي هو النيزك، لكن الشوتينج ستار اللي هو الشهب. The shooting stars burn in the sky and they don't reach the land. The next word is pollute. Pollute. Again, pollute. Pollute is a verb. It means make dirty. زي ما بقول كده carbon dioxide or the emission of carbon dioxide pollutes the atmosphere and the air. The next word is destroy. Again, destroy. Destroy means damage. Okay. And then we have a fossil. Okay. Fossil. Fossil means a preserved animal or plant. Okay. Fossil. The next word is species. Okay. Species. A family of animals or plants. Kind. It's like kind, type of animal or plant. The next word is depression. أظن يعني most of you relate the word depression to sadness, but this is another meaning for the word depression. Depression here means the lower part of earth, or منخفض. And then we have rainforest. A rainforest, a tropical woodland where it rains a lot. A place where there are lots of trees and there is much rain. Coastal, near the sea. It comes from the word coast. And then we have wetland. A wetland is a land covered with shallow water. Shallow, يعني not deep. And the last word is the adjective remote. Again, remote. It means far, not near or close. Okay? I'm going to repeat you the words and try to listen carefully and say the words as many times as you can so that you can pronounce them correctly. Number one, habitat. Habitat. Two, wonder. Wonder. Three, area. Area. Four, natural. Natural. Five, polar. Polar. Six, oasis. Oasis. Seven, meteorite. Meteorite. Eight, pollute. Pollute. Nine, destroy. Destroy. 10, fossil. Fossil. 10, species. Species. 11, depression. Depression. 12, rainforest. Rainforest. 13, coastal. Coastal. 14, wetland. Wetland. 15, remote. Remote. Okay. Let's do an exercise on the vocab because we need to practice. Okay. This is a multiple choice exercise. I'm going to read you the questions, give you enough time to answer the questions, where in the end I'm going to show you the answers. Okay. Number one, N dots is a place with water and trees in a desert. And then we have four choices: island, ocean, oasis, bank. Two, the natural home of a plant or an animal is called a, but we have habit, habitat, project, predict. Number 3, an means a particular part of a country or town. An era, region, area, art. Number 4, relating to the North Pole or the South Pole means solar, rural, polar, lunar. Number 5, means existing in nature and not made by man, not made by people. Handmade, man-made, natural, industrial. Number 6 is something that makes you feel surprise and admiration. Wonder, usual, normal, wonder. Number 7, people have made a new dots of the wonders. Menu, interview, views, list. Number 8, we went on a 2 dots drive by car. Hours, hours with apostrophe, hour and hours. Number 9, people who live in a place are called dots, strangers, locals, thieves, robbers. Number 10, we should protect our environment. The word protect means damage, destroy, kill, save. Type. You have 5 seconds to have a look again at the 10 questions. I think the answers are clear لأن احنا we have already seen them in the reading text وكمان we have listened to them in the listening text at the beginning of our session. Type. I'm going to show you, display you the answers. Okay. Number 1, an oasis طبعا is a place with water and trees in a desert. Number 2, the natural home of a plant or an animal is called a habitat. على طول try to connect ما بين الهوم والhabitat على طول. Number 3, an area means a particular part of a country or town. Number 4, relating to the North Pole or the South Pole means polar. Number 5, natural means existing in nature and not made by people. Number 6, a wonder اللي هي with O. Wonder is something that makes you feel surprise and admiration. Where number 7, people have made a new list D of the wonders. Number 8, we went on a 2-hour without S because 2-hour here is used as an adjective for the word drive. We have a general rule in English that says when words are used as adjectives they can't be made plural. ما ينفعش اجمعهم أبدا. And here 2-hour is used as an adjective to describe the word drive. Number 9, people who live in a place are called locals. Number 10, we should protect our environment. The word protect is synonymous with the word save or means save. Okay? Right. Let's move to the language part. By the way, the language part is not new. We already studied these 2 passive forms in the first term. We are going to review them in this unit. So the passive forms, how to change a sentence, whether a statement, positive sentence, negative sentence, question, from active into passive forms. active. I would like to remind you بس أفكركم كده active. An active sentence is the sentence whose subject is known. يعني it starts with the subject. It starts with the doer. بتبدأ بالdoer of the action. معلوم. And to change it into passive, it means that I start with the recipient اللي هو الobject of the sentence. We use the passive form when the subject is not known. We don't know the doer of the action. When the object أو recipient المستقبل of the action is more important than the doer of the action. طيب نشوف كده a sentence in the present simple where how it is changed from active to passive. A sentence is people enjoy football all over the world. People طبعا هنا is the subject. Enjoy is a verb in the infinitive إنها present simple. And this is the action. Football is the object أو recipient of the action هو اللي استقبل الأكشن enjoy. All over the world دي كده adverbial phrase that ends the sentence. طب عبارة ظرفية يعني. طب أنا I would like to change this sentence from active to passive. المفروض إن أنا هعمل إيه؟ زي ما اتعودنا in the first term إن إحنا to change a sentence from active to passive. I start with the object زي ما مكتوب قدامنا كده screen. Then I add the correct form of verb to be. لأن هنا السنتنس is in the present simple فالcorrect form of verb to be اللي هو am is or are. طيب والverb بقى المين verb اللي هو كان infinitive عشان كان present simple المفروض إن أنا I put it in the past participle. remember إن في two corners كده في الباسيف sentences that don't change إن أنا الباسيف sentence starts with the object لازم it must be followed by past participle يعني الverb دايما بيبقى past participle ودايما أنا ببدأ بالobject. طيب between بقى the object and the past participle اللي بيتغير هو الform of verb to be according to طبقا لإيه؟ according to the tense of the sentence. ولأن السنتنس اللي عندنا هنا كانت present simple فverb to be sorry هيبقى am is or are. يبقى هنا هنقوله football is إن football singular. Football is enjoyed past participle enjoyed all over the world. Second sentence بتقول we don't eat frogs in Egypt. Okay, this is a negative present simple. عارفين إن present simple is turned into negative forms by using don't or doesn't. Okay, we don't eat frogs in Egypt. طب and I would like to change it into passive. أكيد برضو I start with the object اللي هو frogs. بعدين we add verb to be هنا are. طبعا لأن الجملة negative هتبقى aren't. Frogs aren't. Will past participle eat eaten in Egypt. Okay. طيب لو السنتنس اللي أنا I would like to change from active to passive is in the past simple اللي هو second form of the verb هغيرها ازاي into passive زي ما قلت في two stable corners في السنتنس الباسيف ما بيتغيروش الobject والpast participle. طيب between the object and past participle هحط أو I will change verb to be into the past simple form يعني object was or were past participle. طب let's look at two examples. A thief stole. Stole is the past simple for steal. A thief stole Ali's wallet yesterday. طيب, to change this into passive, I will start with Ali's wallet. Well, Ali's wallet was stolen yesterday. Okay, Ali's wallet was stolen yesterday. Type a second sentence وهي كده question. Did you solve your problems last night? Did you solve your problems last night? طب to change this sentence into passive برضو I will use verb to be in the past اللي هو was or were, وهنا طبعا I will start with where لأن السنتنس في الأساس كانت question ف it must remain as a question برضو. Were your problems دي object solved last night. Were your problems solved last night. Remember إن لو السنتنس in the affirmative form بتفضل زي ما هي in the affirmative form إثبات. لو in the negative form برضو it remains negative in the passive. لو interrogative أو question برضو it remains in the interrogative form or in the question form. طب احنا عايزين بقى to practice on the passive, present and past sentences. Okay, this is a question. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the words in brackets. Bardo, I'm going to read you the questions, give you a short time to find answers. Okay. Egypt is visiting by more than 14 million tourists. Type number 2. Cars is made in Egypt. Cars is made in Cairo. Number 3. The national park is surrounded by grassland. Number 4, hundreds of fossils were found in 1902. Number 5, it was discovered that they belonged to the same family. Number 6, did lunch cooked by her yesterday. Number 7, where do mobiles made? Number 8, Arabic doesn't spoken in France. Number 9, football is playing all over the world. Number 10, Salma didn't seen by her friends at school last week. Type. You have 15 seconds. Think carefully. I think the exercise is so clear. Okay. Before I show you the answers. Okay. Ready? Steady? Okay. Egypt is visited. Egypt is the object. It must be followed by the past participle. Is visited. في كمان by ده وضح لي قوي ان this sentence is passive. Cars is plural. ما ينفعش نقوله is هتبقى are made. The national park is طبعا I need a past participle هو surrounded. Number 4, hundreds of fossils were طبعا past participle defined برضو found. It was the past participle discovered. Number 6, was lunch cooked the passive past simple sentence وفي الquestion form. Number 7, where are files made? Number 8, Arabic is spoken. طبعا is لأن Arabic is singular. 9, football is played all over the world. Played past participle. و10, Salma wasn't seen by her friends لأن دي كده passive sentence. By her friends وضحت قوي إنها بادئة بالobject not the subject. Okay. We end our session for today with an exercise. This is supposed to be a homework you should do. You are going to write a paragraph of 110 words about a natural wonder in Egypt you like most. مكان that is natural you have visited and you think it is worth visiting. يعني you might write a review that uh, that should attract tourists and attract your friends to visit this natural place that you have visited, and you would like them to enjoy it as you have enjoyed it. طب يعني try to gather information about this place and write it in the form of a paragraph. Thank you very much for your kind hearing. أنا عارف إن إحنا we have يعني looked at many things for today. بس in this session يعني is supposed to cover most of Unit 7 or the most important parts of Unit 7. I hope you have enjoyed our session for today. مع تمنياتنا لكم بالتوفيق والنجاح دائما طلابنا الأعزاء من منصة البث المباشر تعلم معنا. وكان معكم دكتور إبراهيم حمدي. شكرا جزيلا for your kind hearing, and see you next time as fine as ever. Thank you. Goodbye.